What is up, guys? This is Tcg Sam here, and in today's video I'm coming at you guys with a virtual world test hand slash combo tutorial. So this deck recently, as you all know, got hit. Of course, VFD is no longer a thing, so I think this makes this deck a lot more less degenerate and a lot more, well, accepting for people to like pick up, because like people were turned off by VFD before, but now with VFD gone, I feel like it's just a really decent combo control deck, and I'm gonna show you guys, hopefully show you guys why. So let's finish shuffling up, and while we're doing that, I just want to ask you guys to please remember, if you haven't already, leave a like, comment, subscribe, because it really helps keep the channel growing, and it really helps keep me motivated to keep posting more videos like this. But yeah, without any further ado, let's just see our opening 5 cards. We got Desires, Tutu, Ash, Qinglong, and Roshi. So, by the way, if you guys haven't already checked out the deck profile, do check that out below. I have already uploaded the deck profile, so be sure to check that out. But anyways, with this hand, I think you do want to Desires first just to see what you're working with. Like, it's unfortunate you might banish like some one of like the Zhang Wu or whatever, but I think that's definitely okay. We definitely want Desires first because we don't want to be starting with Roshi unless we absolutely have to. We're going to banish those, draw Lulu Ash, which is pretty decent. We drew Lulu, and pretty much that's all that matters. See what we banished. Banished one Nian, banished Zhang Wu, and we banished one Qinglong. It's really not the end of the world. We can definitely still do stuff with it. So yeah, we're actually gonna normal summon Tutu, and the reason we can do that is because of her effect. When we have no monsters, we can just normal summon her. And then in this hand specifically, I think that like it's okay to make the argument to activate Qinglong and activate Lulu targeting Qinglong, so I'm able to add the monster, but I'm also able to in that case target the Tutu with Lulu and set up Chuchi. So it depends on what you value more. Do you value the GG you're getting in the end phase, or do you value the Tutu, or do you value the trap that you get off of the Lulu? And personally, I think the trap is pretty good. So I'm gonna be targeting the Tutu. So I'm gonna be sending a trap to the graveyard, and then I'm going to be adding our if I could find it, the Kowloon. And the reason for this is like we're still able to get access to a monster later on in the turn. Yeah, we won't be seeing one of the names, like we have to choose between Lily or Gigi when we use Qinglong later on, but I really don't think that matters. And it's also important to note we are gonna keep the Kowloon in hand because we're gonna use Chuchi to up the level of Lulu, turning the Lulu and the Tutu into a copy of our Ultimate Zolkin. So yeah, I'm playing this combo. But as I noted in my deck profile, this is a budget version, so I'm actually not playing Dragoon to use the Zolkin to fuse away, but I'm actually playing Caliga. So we should be able to actually make that in this combo. So, but anyways, first we're gonna set our Kowloon, activating Zolkin's effect, summoning the Crystal Wing. So now that was of course the 4th summon, so we played around Nibiru, and yeah, from here we're able to activate our Qinglong effect. We can use Qinglong, we can target Qinglong with our Roshi, and then Roshi is able to send our copy of Nian. So I was mistaken. I don't think we're gonna be able to go for a a Qinglong play, which is unfortunate. I think I probably could have played that a little differently to get the Qinglong. Oh yeah, I should have just done Kowloon. So yeah, my mistake, because I forgot we had a Kowloon set. So forget I did all that. We're gonna activate Kowloon, grabbing us our Chuchi, and then activating Roshi targeting the Chuchi. So yeah, that was completely my bad. We definitely do want to have access to our Qinglong, and then effect is going to bring back, I think since we're grabbing back a Gigi, we're gonna want to balance the number of tuners and non-tuners we have. And once we bring this back, we're gonna be able to have a tuner, a non-tuner, and then a non-tuner from Gigi. So I actually think it might be better to go for Lulu because we need that level 3 for the Money Mud Dragon. So we're gonna summon it back, activating the effect of Qinglong. Qinglong is going to search us our copy of Gigi, and of course discarding Qinglong. Even though we have 2 Ash, I feel like double Ash is still better than holding the Qinglong in hand. And then from here, we are going to activate our Gigi. We can target our Chuchi to send our copy of Nian to the graveyard because there's not really much else we want to send. We have all our Qinglongs in circulation already, and you just want to get a Nian in the graveyard for a follow-up. So we can special summon out our Gigi, synchro the 2 into a copy of our Muddy Mud Dragon. And then activating Muddy Mud Dragon, we can turn the Zolkin and the Muddy Mud Dragon into a copy of our invoked Caliga. So this is a really powerful board because Caliga essentially prevents your opponent from pretty much climbing. Like something like Dragon Link, they're not able to push through it pretty much at all unless they beat over it. And we have Chuchi to protect it with 2 banish cards. Plus we have a Crystal Wing negate and an Ash Blossom. And in the end phase, like I know we have just a stranded Roshi over there, but even then that's not terrible because it gives us a name to target during the next turn with one of our names. And in the end phase, of course, we're going to be adding back our Lulu with the GG. And then we still have a Qinglong in our graveyard for a follow-up. So yeah, that does it for test stand number 1. It was a little longer than I would have liked for it to be, but I still feel like hopefully I went into enough depth. But yeah, going on to the next combo, we're going to shuffle up and see what we can do. So now, if you haven't noticed, the focus of the deck, in my opinion, is trying to go for a Zolkin, because just the Zolkin and Mud Dragon combo gives you so much value. Like, setting up either a Dragoon or a Floodgate invoked Caliga plus a Crystal Wing, that's already a pretty decently hard monster to out. Like, I think that's really powerful. But anyways, we're going to finish shuffling up. Draw our 5 cards: Ash, Foolish Goods, Chuchi, Phantasme, Nian. So this hand is a little wonky, but we still have plays with Foolish Rare Goods. Sending a copy of Qinglong. Like I mentioned, this is a budget build, so I don't have like the super expensive cards like Prosperity. That would probably be better, but this definitely works. We can go Qinglong, Qinglong effect, searching us a copy of our Lulu. And I think actually we're not gonna search Lulu, and actually yeah, I think searching out our Kieran is actually decent. Yeah, searching out our Kieran, and the reason I'm gonna do that is because I'm gonna be trying to set up for no, that doesn't work. I think we're gonna have to add a Lulu in this case. Discarding the Chuchi. Normal summoning Nian, effect Lulu targeting Nian. We can send a copy of our Jean Wu Trap, and of course add our Kowloon to our hand. So here we can try making a Shen. I think Shen is alright, I guess. Although I still don't really think that, like, we have plays where we can go for a Shen by upping the level here, and then just going Shen Chuchi and trying to play like a control game with the Ash and the Phantasme. But we can also try going more of a combo route where we turn these two into a copy of our Stardust Charge Warrior. And the reason I'm doing that is because you're able to set up, if we draw into another name or something, then we're able to continue playing. But if we don't, we're still backing ourselves up with the 2 hand traps plus our Kowloon, and either way we're still able to get to that Shen because we're able to bring back the Jeonwoo no matter what, bring back the Lulu no matter what. So we draw Nian. That's not really that good, but like I mentioned, it's really not the end of the world. We're still able to play through it because all we gotta do now is activate Jeonwoo, bringing back the Lulu, discard the Nian, affected the other Nian. Since it's a level 3 summon, you can special summon her out. Unfortunately, this doesn't play around Nibiru, but our hand was kind of wonky to the point where I don't think we could have played around Nibiru that well. But from here, we can turn, we can make an Ultimate Zolkin with these, or we can try going into, we could go into a we can probably just go into Shen with these two, to be honest, because this becomes a tuner. Actually, I almost forgot. This becomes a tuner, so you can tune these into a Shen, lower the level of the Shen, bringing back, and then going to Cloud Castle to bring back the Shen to make one of our rank 9s, which I guess is it's probably decent to highlight it. So I'm just gonna do that play, even though like you may argue Shen's better than one of the rank 9s, but it's just to show what we can do. We can activate Nian to shuffle back the Jeonwoo, and then I'm gonna activate Kowloon here specifically because I want it banished, just to give us an additional name for our Chuchi later on. I think having like 3 names in circulation is pretty good. Or I should say 4 names, because we're about to get 4 with our copy of with Chuchi, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna lower Shen, turning the Lulu and the Shen into a copy of our Cloud Castle. We only play 1 now because the rank 9s aren't really the focus anymore. Bringing back Shen, and then you can overlay Shen. You can either like leave it here, and like it's gonna seem weird because like what is Cloud Castle actually doing? Cloud Castle, interestingly enough, prevents your opponent's level 8 monsters from attacking the turn they are normal or special. So I don't know if that's gonna come up, but Anyways, I'm just gonna assume we're gonna overlay into a copy of our Sacred Tree Beast Hyperiton. So this essentially acts as a monster negate during our opponent's turn because it has monsters as material. And of course, once we detach the copy of our Shenshed, we're gonna have a follow-up. Plus, we have the Phantasme Ash. So the reason this hand was kind of wonky was because we had to start off with Foolish Goods plus Nian. The Foolish Goods Nian like ends on this, which isn't even that bad because we have two hand traps, and we had a chance to draw into something to charge warrior. If we did, we would have been able to play through it. But anyways, still not too shabby, if I do say so myself. So let's shuffle up for a third and final test hand where we assume we are going second. Like I always say, these are purely hypothetical. It's difficult to know what our opponent's going to have going second, what deck they're going to be playing, like what we're going to be running into. So this is just purely hypothetical. And of course, who knows what they're going to negate if they do have negates. But yeah, let's finish shuffling. And our opening hand is Chuchi, Qinglong, Chuchi, Lao Lao, and Phantasme. So we're assuming they're going to link summon. We'll just assume it's a simple Phantasme for 1, drawing 2/2, and drawing Foolish Burial Goods. So honestly, not that great, but I think we definitely have to put back a Chuchi because like the Chuchi is just not going to be doing anything for us in this scenario. Finish shuffling up. Hopefully we can draw a decent card. We're desperate need of like another hand effect or like a card like Pot of Desires. So let's see what we draw. Draw for turn. Draw Lily. This is actually not bad. We actually do have some decent plays, but the problem is like we kind of have like 2/2, which doesn't do anything because we have Phantasme on board, which is unfortunate. But even then, like this still is decent because what we can do is activate Qinglong, affect a Lily, targeting Qinglong. If you really wanted to try to bait out your opponent's negate, you can slap down Foolish Burial Goods, just dump any spell or trap and try to force it out. But we're gonna assume we're not doing that. We're just gonna assume that Lily's gonna target Qinglong. I assume they won't negate it. They want to save their negate for something else. But if they do negate it, it's not the end of the world. We can dump. We can go goods, try to dump something and play from there. But the reason I'm doing that is to set up for the old Vermilion plus Vermilion combo where we dump Zhan Wu and our Lulu. Before VFD got banned, these two cards ended on double VFD, which is pretty insane if you ask me. We go Zhan Wu, bringing back our Lulu, and getting our 2/2 into the graveyard, which I think is important. Turning these two into a copy of Vermilion, and here Vermilion poses a huge threat to our opponent. Like they have to deal with it, but if they destroy it, then like while we try to banish and pop something, we get the Lulu back regardless. So like we could just use Vermilion and try to force out one of our opponent's negates, and like if they pop it, we get the Lulu back. So I assume they're not going to pop it. So let's just assume instead of popping itself and grabbing Lulu back, we try to force out one of our opponent's negates, and like it forces out without destroying it or something. And then we just say they didn't destroy it or something, and that was like the one interruption we had to play through. Like I know it seems kind of out there, but anyways, we'll just see what we can do with this. Activating our copy of Foolish Burial Goods. I'm going to be sending a copy of our Qinglong effect. I think from here, I'm just going to straight up add a Lulu. I think it's definitely decent. We get the Lulu either way. Sending the Chuchi to the graveyard. Activating Lulu, targeting Qinglong. We definitely want to add our monster to the hand, and we're going to add our last hand effect in GG. And then to the graveyard, we're going to have to send a trap card. So that's going to have to be the other Chuchi. Unfortunately, we had to get rid of both Chuchis, but this is assuming we're trying to game our opponent or set up an unbreakable board without Chuchi. So let's just assume we go for that. From here, what we can do is activate our GG, targeting Qinglong. The reason we want to do that is because we want to get a Nian in the graveyard for the future when we bring it back with Lao Lao. And then from here, we could either we could raise the level of this, go for Enter Blathnir, which is pretty cheeky, or we can go for either Shenshen into Enter Blathnir, or we can go for Croc to get another draw and then go into Enter Blathnir, or we could even try saving the Chuchi for later on. But I just feel like we just gotta try pushing through it. So I'm gonna turn these two after raising level one of them into a copy of our Croc effect. Draw one, drawing an Ash Blossom, and then we're gonna go from here into a copy of our Enter Blathnir. Enter Blathnir gets rid of something, doesn't matter what. Next, we activate Lao Lao, targeting Qinglong. We only really have monsters to send now. We went through all of our traps. So I'm just going to be fueling our graveyard with another Nian. Or actually, I don't think we can do that because Lao Lao says except with a different name. No, actually, it doesn't matter if we send Nian. We can just send Nian, bring back Gigi, affect a Nian, special summons itself as a tuner. And then from here, we can do something like we can turn these two into a Cloud Castle. Cloud Castle bring back Mech, which is really, really good. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. Cloud Castle effect, bring back Vermilion Mech. Vermilion Mech effect is gonna banish something to just destroy one more thing. Let's just banish it honestly doesn't matter. We just banish this, pop another card, make our Sacred Beast Hyperiton. And actually, no, we do want. It doesn't matter what we banish because we're gonna be keeping Nian on the board. So I want to banish Nian off of the. Oh no, we can't even do that. Right. So we have to banish a tuner. So sorry, this is all my bad. We're gonna make a Hyperiton. Qinglong effect actually can negate something, and it's actually decent that we do because it triggers our Hyperiton effect to equip a spell from the graveyard since the spell effect was activated. So we do Qinglong, negate Nian, equipping the Foolish Barrel of Goods onto Hyperiton to give it a spell negate, plus the Nian that was here can shuffle back one of our Chuchis for future usage. So that's going to be pretty good. And then from here, like, assuming if I played this correctly, put it in attack. Let's say, even if this wasn't game, if we weren't playing a budget build, we had Zeus on top of this. But either way, we have an Ash, we have a monster or spell negate. We have a follow-up in GG, which is going to add back our Lao Lao in the end phase. And then, yeah, I think we're in a pretty decent spot. We removed a bunch of cards from our opponent. We played through some of their interruptions. Like, we removed a card with Ender Blathier, essentially removed 2 with Vermilion. And we have all this follow-up, so this deck can definitely go second. And our hand, like, was very mediocre, I would say. It wasn't, like, super broken. So, yeah, that just shows what we can do with this deck. But, yeah, that was going to do it for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe. And do let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. Let me know what you guys would play instead. And just remember, this is a budget build. I know it isn't super optimal. Like, I should be playing Prosperity. I should be playing Zeus, but I don't have those cards. But, anyways, hope you guys still enjoyed. And, yeah, that's going to do it for me, guys. I will see you guys soon. Take care.